controversial subway expansion to studying fish, frogs, and snakes on an Air Force base. One government watchdog is digging deep to track federal spending in order to alert American taxpayers. Joining us now is the founder and CEO of OpenTheBooks.com, Adam Andrzejewski. Adam, good morning to you.
Good morning, Scott.
You've been looking at the expansion of the San Francisco-based subway. We've heard a lot of numbers thrown around, sometimes with political agenda. So tell us, what's the bottom line here? How much federal funding really is this project being used for?
Scott, our auditors at OpenTheBooks.com found that this subway expansion is a train wreck for taxpayers. Ground hasn't even been broken on the subway, and already the cost overrun is nearly $2 billion. The subway system's actually asking Congress to cover nearly the entire cost overrun. They're asking for $1.7 billion from you and I, from taxpayers from around the country.
Well, it's being modeled off of a project in Barcelona, Spain. So how do those two plans compare financially?
So the type of construction on this subway extension was modeled after what was done in Barcelona, Spain. It's supposed to minimize the street disruptions and lower the costs. Barcelona was able to do this at $250 million per mile. It's 4 times more expensive in California, up to $1 billion a mile for the subway extension from San Jose to the Silicon Valley. And Scott, nobody's riding this train line. Only 1% of local residents actually are riding this train line, and 92% of every single fare is already subsidized by taxpayers.
Yeah, well, that's not the last we're going to hear on that subject, obviously. Moving on to another project you've kept your eye on is the observation of animals at Edwards Air Force Base in California. How much are taxpayers paying to fund this one?
Well, this is a study from our military, the Department of Defense. And this study, Scott, is literally for the birds. They want to do a census of frogs, fish, snakes, and birds on Edwards Air Force Base, which is a large Air Force base just outside of Los Angeles, California.
According to Open the Books, the Department of Defense also funded that grant. What's that goal? What's it worth?
Oh, it's $1.9 million over the course of 5 years. And Scott, I can guarantee that China and Russia, they're not spending their military dollars counting fish and frogs and snakes. We got to keep our eye on the ball, people. It's a dangerous world out there. Our defense dollars should be spent on defending America.
Always interesting. All right, and obviously enlightening as you pull back the curtain on federal spending. Adam Andrzejewski, thank you so much for joining us on the National Desk this Friday morning.